What if you could get a pretty good idea of how physically prepared you are for the next 20, 30, or even 40 years of your life without doing a complicated medical test? There are a few simple physical qualities that can tell us a lot about how well your body is aging. And the good news, these aren't things you're simply born with. You can actually train them. Today, I'm going to show you 4 indicators of longevity, VO2 max, grip strength, muscle mass, and body fat percentage. And more importantly, what you can actually do to improve each one. Let's start with probably the most important one on the list, your VO2 max. VO2 max is basically a measure of how much oxygen your body can use when you're exercising hard. Think of it as the size of your cardiovascular engine. The higher your fitness, generally speaking, the more efficiently your body can deliver and use oxygen while you are exercising. And this matters for longevity because cardiorespiratory fitness has one of the strongest relationships with long-term health outcomes. A large meta-analysis involving more than 2 million people found that higher cardiorespiratory fitness was strongly associated with lower risk of death from all causes. And you don't need to be a marathon runner. Think about your everyday life. Can you walk up a few flights of stairs without feeling completely exhausted? Can you play a sport with your friends? That's cardiovascular fitness showing up in real life. You have a few options when it comes to improving your VO2 max. For beginners, start with something as simple as brisk walking. Walk at a pace where you're breathing harder, but you still can talk. As your fitness improves, introduce some jogging, cycling, swimming, or other cardio you actually enjoy. And eventually, you can add in some higher intensity intervals. An example that you can try is 30 seconds of hard interval training followed by 90 seconds of easy jogging, easy walking, or complete rest. Repeat that 6 to 8 times. 2 to 3 cardio sessions a week combined with regular daily movement can go a really long way. And here's the important part. You don't need the VO2 max of an elite athlete. The goal is to improve your cardiovascular fitness and maintain it as you get older. Number 2 is your grip strength. And this might seem strange. Why would squeezing something with your hand has to do with longevity? Well, grip strength is more than just your hands. It's a very simple way of getting an idea of your overall muscular strength and physical capability. Research involving more than 3 million participants has found that a strong association between lower grip strength and higher mortality risk. Grip strength isn't necessarily causing you to live longer. Instead, it can be a useful marker of how strong and physically capable someone is. And that becomes really important as you age. Think about carrying your groceries, opening a stubborn jar, picking up a suitcase. These are all things in real life that requires you to produce force with your hands. My favorite options are to do farmer's carries and dead hangs. For the farmer's carry, pick up 2 weights and walk around 20 to 30 meters. Repeats for 5 reps. Over time, as you get stronger, increase the weight that you are carrying or increase the distance that you are walking. With a dead hang, hang onto the bar for as long as you can, aiming for 30 seconds when you're starting off. If you can't, that's okay, work your way up to it, do 3 sets, and over time, challenge yourself to get up to 60 seconds, and eventually 2 minutes is your goal. Number 3 is something that I think is massively underrated, and that is your muscle mass. As you get older, losing muscle isn't just about becoming smaller. It can mean losing some of your ability to climb stairs, get up from a chair, carry things, or simply move around independently. That's why maintaining muscle is like building a physical reserve. You want to have more capacity than you actually need, because when you're young and healthy, losing a little strength might not make much difference. But later in life, that extra reserve can become incredibly valuable. Research consistently finds associations between low muscle mass or muscle wasting and higher mortality risk. But here's something important. Muscle mass isn't the whole story. You also want muscle that is strong and functional. So don't obsess over how much muscle you have. Think about what that muscle allows you to do. You need some form of resistance training. And that doesn't necessarily mean going to the gym. You can do squats, push-ups, pull-ups, lunges, rows, and dips. And these are all bodyweight exercises. Or you can use dumbbells or a kettlebell. Aim to do 2 to 3 full body strength sessions a week. Pick 1 exercise for your legs, 1 push exercise like a push-up, 1 pulling exercise like a pull-up, and gradually, over time, progressively overload them to make them harder. As you become stronger, increase the resistance, the repetitions, increase the range of motion. Now for the one that gets misunderstood the most, your body fat percentage. And before you start thinking, what's the lowest body fat percentage I can get to? That's not really the question. Having too much body fat, particularly when it contributes to obesity, is associated with increased risk of a number of health problems. But being extremely lean isn't automatically healthier either. And this is where I want you to think differently about longevity. The goal isn't to have the lowest possible body fat. The goal is to have a healthy amount of body fat while maintaining plenty of muscle, strength, and fitness. Interestingly, research looking at fitness and body size suggests that being physically fit can substantially change the relationship between body weight and mortality risk. You don't need a special exercise to reduce body fat. The best approach is the combination of resistance training, cardiovascular exercise, and a healthy diet. You don't have to completely transform your life tomorrow. Start with a walk, do a few squats, carry something heavy, do some push-ups, and keep showing up. Because longevity isn't just about adding years to your life. Rather, it is about adding life to those extra years that you are getting. And that's all I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed this video, please support me by clicking that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in my future videos. As always, guys, remember to move stronger and live better. Let's go.